So what do you think about Charlie Sheen going on Joe Rogan?
Did he go on? I mean, that makes sense.
Why does that make
Charlie
sense?
Sheen is like, in a way, I think if we look back, Charlie Sheen's such like a precursor to Trump. Like the whole Tiger Blood thing. It's like I remember because it was like right when I moved to Los Angeles that Charlie Sheen started happening, and Charlie Sheen was like being a deranged lunatic on television, and everyone couldn't take their eyes off of him, and people started celebrating him and so winning. That's like Trump.
I don't recall.
Trump's whole
I don't know
thing.
any of this stuff. What did he do?
Yeah, you guys were babies then.
He was coked the fuck out, bro, for a long time, for like 20 years.
And the media just wouldn't stop like exploiting his coked out, deranged.
So he was like a Kanye West, but like on drugs.
Very much like a Kanye.
Okay, interesting.
And he was like the man back then. He was like the pinnacle, right?
Well, you know, that was pre-TikTok and everything when people still watched television.
Yeah.
And 2.5 Men was like the #1 show, and he was the star. But he was spiraling out so hard.
He was, right?
Would he talk about politics when he was?
No, but he would just say crazy stuff, and everyone was eating it up.
Okay.
He said, like, I saw a clip the other day. He was like, I used to do 7 grams of coke in one sitting. And he was like, and I would kill all of it.
7 grams?
That's a lot, bro. That's a lot.
7 grams of coke.
I started his documentary. I was fucking around about Joe Rogan thing, but I started his documentary on Netflix yesterday, and he said he spent upwards of $100 million on hookers.
Wow.
$100 million on
$100
hookers.
million on hookers.
But you don't need hookers when you're Charlie Sheen. You can get any girl you
Well,
want.
as Jack Nicholson once so aptly put it, is I've never paid a hooker for sex. I've only paid him to leave.
Only paid him. It doesn't make sense to me why these rich people spend money on hookers. Like you are famous and rich. That's all you need.
Yeah. But still,
It's like a power trip, I
But
think.
people don't want to be treated like a piece of meat. And if you just want to treat them like a piece of meat, you better pay them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like yeah, you're rich and famous. So if I'm rich and famous and I see a beautiful woman, I can probably woo her
You have
by
to
like
court her.
showing
Interesting.
interest
Yeah.
and like treating her like a human being. But if I was rich and famous and I just want to treat her like a bag of meat to store my cum, I have to. You gotta just be like, hey, here's some money, come have sex with me, and then get the fuck out.
So it's more of a power thing then.
It's a power thing.
Yeah.
For them, I have no money
$100
or
million
fame.
though.
I don't truly know the answers to this. This is just my assumption based on because there's like we look at the whole Me Too movement. Like a lot of women were not happy about how they were treated by
powerful
wealthy men that just
right.
expected that you like them because they're rich,
Yes.
powerful celebrities.
Yeah.
Rich, powerful celebrity is like a barrier for entry. But like, once you get through the entryway,
You're competing
of
with
like,
other people as well.
Hey, I'm
Right.
cool. Yeah, especially, you find that like at a certain level now you're competing with all the other people at your level.
That's true. It also requires time, right, to woo somebody into having sex with you, right?
But $100 million.
It's a lot of money, dude.
$100 million is insane.
Hey, that's Robert Downey Jr.'s next movie, bro.
$100
That's
million.
only one
He's
movie.
getting paid $100 million for his next film.
Is he?
One person.
Well, what, the Avengers movie?
Yeah, the new one.
Yeah.
He's getting $100 mil?
$100 million when Hollywood's going in flames. One man's making more money than anybody else.
That's all of Charlie Sheen's hookers, bro. That's okay.
That's crazy to me. What was Charlie Sheen on the podcast for? Joe Rogan. Why was he interviewing?
Probably for the documentary. Yeah.
So he did a tell-all documentary on Netflix.
And then he did a tell-all podcast.
yeah.
tell-all podcast. Well, they reacted to the Charlie shirt.
I like Rogan's like, hey, Charlie, you trust the vaccine? Meanwhile, this guy's put anything into his body. The guy's got AIDS.
He does.
He's
have
had AIDS?
He has AIDS, yeah.
Is he gay?
He
Has done some
from,
weird shit.
From one clip I saw from the podcast, from the documentary, which I haven't seen, haven't watched yet. He was talking about how at a certain point he started having sex with guys. But you can get AIDS without having sex with guys. You can get AIDS from having sex with women as well.
But that's very rare,
Again,
though, right?
when you spent $100 million on prostitutes, you've had sex with a lot of prostitutes.
Disgusting.
a lot of things. Supposedly he's giving dudes like blowjobs for like movie, like weird stuff, dude. Like So, but his dad is also Martin Sheen, who's a very famous actor. He's a nepo
Wait,
baby.
Martin Sheen from
The West
The
Wing.
West Wing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
his
yeah.
son?
President Sheen.
President Sheen, yeah.
And Emilio Estevez is his brother.
Emilio, yeah.
Wait, that's his son?
Charlie Sheen's real name is Carlos Estevez.
Is he Hispanic?
I think, yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah,
I guess the
so.
Sheens are Hispanic.
Wow. I did not know that. Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. But why? So I saw Charlie Sheen on the Joe Rogan podcast reacting to the Charlie Kirk shooting. And they were talking
Oh, you
about
saw
politics and stuff. That was like live.
That was one
Wait,
like
Charlie
10, 15
Sheen was
minutes.
on Rogan when Kirk was shot?
Yeah.
Yes, bro. It's like, what
That's,
is
yeah,
happening?
it's weird. It's weird.
And Charlie Sheen was like, wow.
No, he
He
was
was.
actually he was very sad about it. He was like, he was barely 30.
This is terrible.
Yeah.
That's how deep can Charlie Sheen
Well,
get,
because
right?
Charlie Sheen, now that he's off of drugs, is probably sad about everything because those drugs were really
Right.
there to mute the sadness.
So he's
feels.
sober completely now.
For 7 years, he said.
For 7 years.
Yeah, but he also said that when he was on cocaine, talking about drinking tiger blood.
Oh, yeah. He did-
So
he
can
did
we
lie,
can we
yeah.
trust Charlie Sheen saying he's sober at any time? It's hard to believe Charlie Sheen's sober. Maybe he is. It's amazing he's still alive.
Yeah.
He's lived
7
fast and
grams
hard.
of
Pretty
cocaine.
crazy. Dude, I didn't know. I mean, I guess I'm not from that generation, but I didn't know that Nicolas Cage was a major cokehead. All these dudes were hanging out with each other, doing crazy coke. And then Charlie Sheen also said that Nicolas Cage had like the nicest house in the hills at the moment. And Charlie was like, "Why'd you get this house?" He was like, "Well, look at the view. I'm closer to the crime." Like shit like that. It's like, what is happening?
Closer to the crime. What does he think? He's Batman or something?
Apparently, dude.
Closer to the crime.
Cage is cool.
I don't like him as an actor.
Really?
I don't like him as
I
an
was
actor.
what?
obsessed with National Treasure.
Have you seen? Okay, but you've probably not seen the good Nicolas Cage movies.
That's not good? National Treasure?
No.
Really? I
No.
loved it as a kid.
Yeah. But have you seen like Adaptation?
No, I haven't.
No.
Leaving Las Vegas?
No.
Like when Nicolas Cage is like in a good movie, Nicolas Cage is great. But Nicolas Cage does so many bad movies
He does a lot of bad movies.
because he's got to pay for this house he couldn't afford and all the coke.
And all the
Closer to
coke
the crime. Yeah.
But like look up like good Nicolas Cage movies and he's
Okay,
great.
I'll give it a
He's-
shot.
He's a tremendous actor when he's good, especially Adaptation.
Adaptation. Okay, I never heard of that.
There's a movie called Leaving Las Vegas.
Leaving Las
That's a pretty
Vegas.
cool title.
Leaving Las Vegas? Yeah, I think Leaving Las Vegas. But it's a movie about him like killing. He won an Oscar. He won Best Actor for that movie.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
He has an Oscar?
Yeah, for Leaving
Nicolas
Las
Cage?
Vegas.
I did not know that.
So does Charlie Sheen for Platoon.
He has
No,
an
he doesn't.
Oscar?
He
Well,
didn't
Best
win.
Picture.
Best Picture.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
not
but he
Best
doesn't
Actor, but Best
individually.
Picture,
Did he produce? Was he a producer?
No, he was just the main actor. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so he doesn't have.
Yeah.
an
But
he
Oscar,
doesn't,
But
but
The film-
he's starred in a movie
At
that
20
has.
years old.
Yeah.
That's
that
pretty big.
20 years old. What is it about these powerful people that they have these addictions? Drug addiction, sex addiction, always some
Well,
sort
you
of
get a
addiction.
God complex.
That's
You
what
think you're
happens.
gonna never die, and then the more you do the drugs, the more you're drug brained.
But do you think it's the money or the fame that makes them have a God complex?
Fame.
Probably the combo. But I think they come together generally.
Right.
Yeah.
Fame is different than infamy. I think you can be infamous and not rich, but it's hard to be, and you can be famous and no longer rich. But I feel like there's an overlap of being famous and rich, at least for a moment.
That's true. Fame and having money will cause you to do crazy stuff because you have the resources. Yeah. Charlie Sheen said I'm just recalling everything right now, but he said, nobody ever preps you for fame. People prep you for failure. So they'll tell you when you fail, keep going, try again. But he's like, what happens once you're famous? What do you do? And the interviewer goes, well, what do you do? And he's like,
7 grams of coke every
yeah,
day.
that's what he said. He was like, obviously I went
Hookers and
AWOL.
cocaine. but fuck Charlie Sheen for saying that. You had your dad. Your dad could have prepped you for fame. Like there's plenty of people who just get famous and have nobody who was close to them and famous before to help steer the
Yeah.
ship.
He
Like
was
Ben
already in the
Affleck. Like
limelight.
Ben Affleck didn't have anybody. Like he came from nothing.
Ben Affleck.
Him and Matt Damon. And Ben Affleck obviously has alcoholism issues.
Yeah, he still spiraled a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's a weird time to be alive, considering what's happening in the world, considering every single news thing that happens.
It's an unfortunate time to be alive.
It is pretty weird.
But I was thinking about it. America's been through some wild times.
Well, it's crazy. How old are you guys?
24.
27.
27. Okay, so you
24,
guys,
he's
I'm just
24.
kidding. 24.
you guys never even experienced the 90s.
No.
See,
No. I wasn't alive.
like that's
1000.
like what's crazy is like from the moment you guys were truly like conscious people, like Trump as president is like a normal thing to you guys.
we
That's
were
all
16.
you've really ever known as like what a presidency is
Obama
like.
and Trump.
Obama for you guys was like Reagan for me. I don't even fucking like I barely remember. I don't remember like Reagan at all.
Yeah.
But
So you're saying our norm is
no, I
is
guess
not norm.
Bush W would be Reagan for you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Obama's like your Clinton.
Sure.
And Trump is like from when you were like truly conscious, involved
Understanding.
adults.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I guess this is what American politics is like. But for me, it's nuts. It's like been true chaos now for 10 years of pure insanity.
But you had some weird stuff like Clinton, Monica Lewinsky, you know.
Bro, Trump was Stormy Daniels and like nothing happened.
But that's like he was a private citizen. I mean, Bill Clinton got a blowjob in the Oval Office.
Sure.
That's
You-
crazy.
But like I always say, like the '90s really felt like I describe it as post history. Like what you gotta like
interesting.
realize is like in the '90s, it really like we talk about world peace and there were problems in the '90s, but as far as people in America were concerned, world peace was achieved. It felt like that. Israel and Palestine was like making peace deals at the time. I mean, then Yitzhak
Yasser
Rabin got
Arafat and-
assassinated,
yeah, right.
But like they were shaking hands and meeting and stuff, and it just seemed like we had moved past world wars and like these
Cold War
terrible
ended.
things. And 9/11 is really like a moment, which is like right when you guys were born.
Yeah.
Like what were you guys, like 1 year old in 9/11?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
10 months, 11
10 months. Yeah. Like that was like the first like fuck, history happened again.
Yeah.
Because like I went 16 years before history happened again in my life.
Right.
That's a trip to think about, huh?
Yeah, isn't that like wild?
Yeah, that is pretty crazy.
So
like-
you guys did live in a post-Civil Rights Act era. Like
We lived in a post-civil,
Yeah.
and not that things were particularly amazing for
Right,
minorities.
but it was definitely better.
in my time. But they were definitely better,
Right.
Better than before.
Yeah.
I mean, there was definitely people like to bring up the crime bill that Clinton signed and stuff. So there was definitely like racial profiling and bad stuff. But like, it felt like things got better, and now it feels like things are getting way worse again.
Yeah. Like I was thinking about the 60s. Malcolm X happened. Martin Luther King Jr. happened.
Yeah.
RFK Sr. happened.
Yeah, I mean that was-
JFK happened.
And-
all these in a whole decade.
And my much older therapist and my parents as well, while I am like complaining about the craziness of this time, will tell me like, yeah, it's not like we haven't experienced
Right.
something along these lines before. Though I do think Trump is a different entity altogether because like Nixon wasn't trying to like become dictator of America. And it really does feel like Trump is trying to become dictator of America.
I don't know what he's trying to do. I don't know. He's very unpredictable. I think a lot of us have learned to not take him seriously, though.
But you have to.
Thing.
But he's doing serious things.
That's true.
I mean, he
Yeah.
did inspire an insurrection. He did inspire like an attempted coup on the government. Coup.
I think it's just funny to see what's happening because that's our norm.
What's funny
It's
about
funny.
to a certain degree, yeah. I
It
guess
is funny.
I think everything is funny now.
Whenever he
yeah.
opens his mouth, it's funny.
yeah,
That's what I'm
He's
saying.
hilarious.
You guys are normalized to it. You live in an America where that's the norm.
Yeah.
I look at this and I'm like, come on. I like waking up and like Biden was great because I got to wake up in the morning and not think about who was president.
he didn't say anything. Yeah.
sleepy.
Sleepy. I love Sleepy. I wish Trump was more asleep all the time. Those 3 days where we all thought he was dead in the White House.
yeah.
Like the best 3 days of his presidency so far.
He told me he sleeps like 4 hours a day.
Yeah.
He, like, has
Trump
no
doesn't.
sleep.
Trump doesn't sleep that long.
It's
He's a hard worker.
Asleep when I'm dead.
No, Sleepy Joe's already dead. That's why he's been dead. He's been dead for many years now. Don't worry about Sleepy.
Stop the
He
Trump
looks like he had a
impression.
stroke. Trump looks like he had a stroke though.
Really?
Yeah.
He had a stroke?
He looks like it. His face is like drooping. There's like a video of his like face was like drooping on one side.
He's also 80 something.
Yeah, I know.
He's too
Just
old.
fucking die.
These guys are too old for.
He's pretty
presidency.
active for an 80-year-old, though.
He is pretty
He's
active.
very, very
He's
smart.
Okay, his
and
brain
sharp.
is sharp. You have to say.
No.
For an 80-year-old, it's
brain,
pretty
bro,
sharp. Come on.
Whether you agree or disagree,
You
I
have
don't
to give
agree
some
with it.
credit.
What he has done to the youth in America is devastating. You guys being the youth, thinking that that's a sharp brain. I mean, he's
For an 80-year-old.
Because our standard is Joe
for
Biden.
an 80-year-old,
We're
but
comparing-
like, do you
That's
know?
what I'm saying, yeah.
We shouldn't have 80-year-olds as president.
I agree.
I
with
agree.
that.
I
We
agree
should
with
not have
that.
80-year-olds as
100%.
president. Yeah.
100%.
And we
agree.
shouldn't have bad people as president.
That's
Yeah.
debatable.
We shouldn't. We shouldn't.
But I'm also of the
Stern,
belief every
scary.
politician's bad. Like there's, I don't see positivity in many of these people.
I think there are plenty that are trying to do good things.
And then they take 8-pack money and it's okay.
Well, there are plenty that don't take APAC money.
Very few.
Not plenty.
Very few.
Yeah,
There's
few.
some. I
Yeah.
mean,
There's
I'm
some,
pretty
yeah.
sure.
Are you a Bernie?
I like Bernie. I like Bernie, but I also have problems with Bernie Bros.
Bernie Bros?
Yeah.
I always say Bernie's like Rick and Morty. It's like somebody said, this isn't my quote, but I saw this quote and I thought it was really true. Bernie's like Rick and Morty. It's like I love the thing, I don't love the fans.
Okay. Interesting.
I think every
People that are
yeah.
obsessed are like you're a problem, because I just think like look, you know, I look at so many problems we're having right now. I didn't love Hillary Clinton. I didn't even like Hillary Clinton. But I think that if Hillary Clinton had won in 2016, so many of the major problems we have right now wouldn't be problems. The Supreme Court would not be overturning abortion and making it legal for people to grab people that look Mexican off the street.
Yeah.
Whether or not they're citizens. I mean, like, there's terrible things. There are truly terrible things happening right now because of that election.
I feel like seeing Trump in office.
I mean, how do you guys feel about racial profiling?
No, of course not. But
It's hard for this guy. not me.
deportation's always been a thing. I'm half
Deportation's always been a thing,
yeah.
but it used to be illegal to be like, you look like you might be an illegal alien. Let me
Right.
grab you off the street. Obama used to deport people by catching them at the border.
Yeah.
But
for
Obama
sure.
deported more people than any president combined.
Yeah, but he did it by catching them crossing. Like, what people don't.
Catch and release.
It was catch and release. It was
On top of
catching
that,
you at the
though-
border, releasing you back into your country. Trump's like going into Home Depot, grabbing like
Yeah, that's
poor
true.
workers,
Yeah.
taking them to Alligator Alcatraz, locking them up, shipping them to El Salvador where they're not even from. Like, it's like dystopian Nazi stuff.
It's a culture war. And you know,
I do
mean,
think the media covers the ICE thing more too right now, just because.
the ICE thing is true because I saw an ICE car outside of Home Depot. Like,
Yeah,
I was working at a
for sure.
Starbucks and I saw the ICE car.
but
I
I'm
saw
sure.
it happen in front of my eyes.
All of my customers, man, they're all swap meet sellers.
What do you do?
I have a pallet flipping business, so I sell pallets to like swap meet guys and people that sell offer up Facebook, and they're all like, swap meet people not necessarily have the best citizenship status, right? So they go there and they tell me like it's dead right now, like nobody's there because
At swap
ICE
meets?
Yes, it's dead, bro. It's dead.
People are scared. He's
Yeah, they're
created
scared.
a culture of fear, and at the same time, it's like say what you want about Obama deporting people. There weren't people walking around with masks kidnapping people during
That's
his
true.
time.
Yeah,
you
that's
didn't
scary.
like the fact like you didn't. Did you? Well, I guess. You were young, but you weren't seeing ICE trucks all over the place.
Yeah, I don't
They just gave a military budget to
ICE, yeah.
people masked vigilante soldiers going around kidnapping.
What?
Yeah, the bill that Trump passed in
The
July,
big beautiful bill?
the big beautiful
beautiful
bill
So beautiful.
made ICE like military funded.
Well, yeah, that's why I was showing you the contracts, right? So there's positions at ICE facilities where they're
Oh,
paying
that's what you're
people
sh- oh.
hundreds of thousands of dollars
Yes.
with no education experience.
How is this different than the Gestapo in Nazi Germany, where we're just taking care of the Jews that are here illegally? I'm Hitler. I'm taking care of the Jews.
It's okay. They
It's
have their own
illegal
land
to
now.
be. We're just putting them into Alligator Warsaw Ghetto.
I don't think it's gonna solve anything because when Trump's gone, they're gonna come back again. You know, it's just a short-term fix. If a
for
Democrat
sure.
gets elected again, we're going back to the same thing, the same cycle.
That beautiful sentence. When Trump's gone, if I'm, people talk about having anxiety. My fear is that Trump's gonna upload his consciousness into a cyborg and never be gone.
How nice would that be? We can laugh all the time then.
You can laugh all the time.
can always laugh.
It's funny until something happens to you, until your dad's suddenly an alligator Alcatraz.
My dad's very legal. I hope you know that. He's very legal.
Wait, let me ask
My
you.
dad's very American.
Do you think Trump is gonna stay in office beyond 2028? What's your?
He's gonna try.
You think he's gonna try his best?
The guy doesn't leave. Did you see him try? You saw him lose an election. Did he leave? No. This guy's not leaving. This guy doesn't leave.
Technically, he left, but it was.
It was not calmly, and he
Yeah.
refused to accept his leaving.
Right, but at least he left the White House. Like that'd be weird if like Joe Biden had to escort him out. Like they just like fought it out.
I'm just saying. Do you think he's leaving? Do you think he's gonna be like, all right, guys, this was fun. Goodbye.
Well, you know, I was
I
after
think
this
he will.
Charlie Kirk shooting. I'm just concerned that things are gonna get worse, and I think Trump might capitalize on the division.
Oh, Trump's gonna 100%
Yeah.
capitalize.
Yeah.
They already said that there were so like a couple weeks ago or whatever when that guy shot up the church school. They were like, we're gonna make
Catholic school,
the Catholic
right,
school. Trans people shouldn't have guns. And then they were claiming that there were trans engravings on the bullets.
Allegedly,
and
yeah, I saw
now
that.
it's been shown that the so-called trans engravings were engravings that were just in the bullets to begin with. They were just like, all the bullets are engraved with this thing, which isn't a trans symbol, but they're saying it. And 100% Trump's going to continue saying there were trans engravings in it, even though it was proven otherwise. Because that's what Trump does. He just continues to perpetuate the lie because not enough people. Like, did you guys know yet that the engravings that were trans engravings weren't?
I saw allegedly that these were trans engravings.
Yeah,
I
but you
didn't-
haven't seen the thing that said all bullets are engraved with. Now that they showed the engravings, like, bullet manufacturers are like, no, those are just engravings in the bullets to begin with.
Why? Why are these engravings in every single bullet?
They're not trans engravings. They're like the company that makes the bullets.
Interesting.
So it's like, having a Nike logo on your shirt.
But it's just a trans.
trans?
It's not. They were just saying it was
okay.
to. I'm saying they're just going to they're going to say something. That
So they made up
inflames-
this lie.
They made up
and they're
this
gonna
lie.
keep
And they're going
spreading
to
this lie
continue to
for
spread
political
and-
capitalization.
Exactly,
Right.
exactly. And like not enough people are going to see the truth. The lie spreads faster than the
Yeah.
truth, and that's like Trump's number one thing that he has achieved is the lie spread. Trump says one true thing, and everyone's like, "Well, that was true," and then they believe all the lies beyond it.
Actually true. Yeah.
It's sad because like we need a president right now that's a unifying force. We really need him to unite the country.
Charlie
Well,
Kirk
he
could've
will
been that
never.
guy.
He is a divisive force. I always said the worst thing he did in his first term, the thing that I considered the worst moment of his first term was during the pandemic when he walked out and he goes, "The CDC recommends that everybody wears a mask. I will not be wearing a mask. Do as you please." That is just like, let me divide America in one moment. The health agency says we should do this. I'm not going to do this. Go at it, America.
But I mean, the COVID stuff, I have to say, the Democrats messed that up. Like locking California down, destroying kids' school life. All
The-
these mental health illnesses are stemming from kids just not being
I
in
think
school.
the problem with I blame Trump way more than I blame the Democrats. I would say that the problem with COVID was there was no unification in this country as
Right.
to what to do. So there was only division sowed. So everyone was kind of like, Trump creates anarchy and chaos. So COVID was a creation of anarchy and chaos in this country where everyone was left to their own devices. Because there was no unification of a country coming together to handle this thing, you have people saying, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is what I'm doing. And you, like me, I very much was like, I just don't want to get sick. I don't want to die. I don't want my family to die. I'm going to take care of myself because this country is so crazy right now that I'm just going to lock myself down and take care of myself.
But that's the thing. The CDC, Anthony Fauci, and all these health agencies made it seem like it was Ebola. COVID was not Ebola. COVID was a virus. You get
Millions of
sick for
people died.
But the thing is, pre-existing conditions, people who were obese, people who had significant health issues. If you were a young, healthy person, you could definitely go to school in person and get an education.
There were young, healthy people that died.
Very, very rare instances.
But at the beginning, we didn't know
That's
anything,
what I'm saying. Right,
and it
yeah.
was killing a lot of people, and it was especially killing at-risk people. And it's hard to get a country that's integrated with at-risk people and not at-risk people around each other to a point where the at-risk people are, especially in a country where no one's being responsible.
No, I agree with you. Trump was just. He said one thing one day and then he would say the other thing the other day.
It was chaos again.
Yeah.
So
that is definitely true.
So you look at. I mean, and statistically, the percentage of people that died in liberal areas once, like if you look past the very beginning, when the highly densely populated areas were just like being overrun by this disease, over time, like places like Florida had one of the highest death rates of COVID, and that was the place with the most lax laws. California, after the beginning, had one of the lowest. So again, you know, the problem was we didn't like come together as a country. And what you're saying about needing someone who's a unifying force, it's hard because we've had somebody for now. You know, the Trump, like Joe Biden was really like, it doesn't even seem like it happened anymore. It just feels like Trump's been president now for 10 years. like Joe, it feels like a fever dream that Joe Biden was president. But it was much calmer. Overall, it was much calmer. We've had this guy sowing division for so long in this country now that like the idea of a unifying force, what does that even look like anymore?
Yeah, it's sad. I mean, I do think that somebody needs to lower the temperature. Like, we can't just go around our days attacking every single person that we disagree with.
Yeah, but we can agree that Trump is not a lower the temperature guy.
He's not, 100%. And he's not going to change. He's going to be.
Joe Biden lowered the temperature. Joe Biden lowered the temperature so much that we forgot how bad the 4 years of Trump were before that.
I mean, no, I disagree. I think the Dems felt like that, but the I have a Republican family, like hardcore, and they were fucking livid, dude. The whole time, just talking shit. The whole time.
They're crazy. They're crazy.
Calms one side down and it increases the other side.
But it's not like the other side. But that's the Trump
just
side.
Right now, like
the Trump side is not calm. The Trump side is not calm now that Trump's back. The funniest thing about Trump is he's like the most dictatorial president we've ever had, and yet he somehow convinces his base that he's not in charge. It's like the craziest thing is like, look what they're doing. It's like, yeah, someone should do something about this. I'm like, you're in charge. You're the guy doing this.
Well, that is like a balance, right?
He's definitely a professional liar. Like, nobody's mastered lying more than Donald Trump. That's just one of his skills that he's used. Unfortunately, it shouldn't be a skill to be president.
No, but he's definitely capitalized.
He's used that, yeah,
for sure.
My concern,
but there wasn't political violence to the level like when Joe Biden was president. You know, yes, Kirk was shot the other day, but like nobody talks about the Democratic lawmakers
in
that
Minnesota,
were in Minnesota that were shot. There was no word from Trump about that, and that happened while Trump was president.
Yeah, that's true.
There's been the political violence skyrocket. There's no image of political violence more than the insurrection. That was a whole fucking militia of people attacking. Like, if you look at videos inside, it's crazy.
Disgusting. Yeah,
it's very violent. It wasn't just a protest.
People died.
People died.
People died. Those police officers died saving the country. Like, that's what they were trying to do.
A lot of those January 6
police
people,
officers.
Yes.
A lot of those January 6 people are now in ICE.
I'm sure.
Well, they all got pardoned, right? Every single one of them.
Yeah.
Every single one of them. That's not right to me. Like, you try to overthrow the United States government, attempt to.
Yeah.
And I think we need a leader in the country, and I know this is going to happen, but who is truly independent. We can't have somebody who's a Democrat or Republican. I think the two-party system is destroying the country. I really do think these labels are to blame for a lot of the division. Because if you are naturally on this side and the other person's on this side, you can't really come in the middle. You're going to always say my side's better than yours.
Yeah, definitely. And it's frustrating. And I mean, that was kind of like Look, I mean, what's very interesting and what was very apparent about 2016 and the ascension of Trump and Bernie at the time is that they were both sort of it. Like, Trump wasn't like what the Republicans exactly were then. He turned them into Trump. And he kind of rose as this independently evil force, in my opinion, through the Republican Party to transform it into his image. And Bernie tried to do that in the Democratic Party, but he didn't quite have the support that Trump had in the Republican base. But I think the trick is you kind of have to like look at Zoran in New York. Zoran Mamdani, and like Republican Democrats are kind of fighting it, but Zoran's sort of trumping it. Zoran
That's
is
what he said, yeah.
Zoran is overpowering the establishment, trying to keep him down, and that's kind of what what Bernie needed to do. And I think people are wrong in like saying it was like stolen from him. He just didn't have like the same. He didn't get as much support as Zoran is like getting now in New York.
But they definitely rigged it against him in 2016. Come on, like the way the DNC went about it.
Yes, but I think people have I don't disagree with you, but I don't think people understand what that word means.
Yeah.
I don't think it was stolen from Bernie.
Right.
I think Bernie could have won, but the odds were stacked against him by the establishment.
And he didn't have it in him to overcome
But I would
those
say
odds.
that, like, I think the odds were stacked against Trump on the Republican side, but he overcame
because he's
the
a better
odds.
politician.
At the
end of the day, he was clever. You got to be clever in politics.
Well, I think that someone said this once. I think it's a very true thing. Democrats fall in. I actually have a different. The famous quote is Democrats fall in love, Republicans fall in line. I think it's more Republicans fall in line, Democrats fall apart. Because it's like, too many people were like, well, I didn't get the candidate I wanted, so now I'm not voting. But like all the people that liked Ted Cruz voted for Donald Trump.
I think it's the same thing on both sides. Like, I think you just have to be a fighter. And Bernie was not as much of a fighter as Trump was on the Republican
I think Bernie is
side.
such a fighter, but Bernie is just...
But in his own way. He's not a fighter in like, I'm going to win the presidency way. Because if you want to win the presidency, you cannot back down, period. Bernie backed down, and he did it again in 2020. He endorsed Biden immediately.
But see, the difference is what's most important to Bernie is a better world.
Right.
What's most important to Trump
is himself. Exactly.
And Bernie was like, well, if I fight this beyond, I'm just going to divide this party even more, and neither of us are going to win. So if I throw my support behind this person I really don't like, who's done a lot of wrong to me, maybe we can beat Trump, and that's more important than me winning. And that's the better person. And that's what we need.
Can you be the better person and be the president of the United States?
Yeah, I think Obama was the better person. I mean, I think actually McCain wasn't a bad... I think
John
Obama and McCain was like the last... I don't think Mitt Romney is like a horrible person. They're not... There's...
Right.
Like... We've long passed, people talk about like disagreement, and I think we've long passed the time where it's like disagreeing on things, and now it's like truly like good and evil to a degree, where there used to be disagreements. I mean, I think the Bush administration was evil. I think he was a little bit of a dumb puppet.
100%, yeah.
But I do really think like, something I miss and something I really say about Bush's time is I was very angry. I really hated Bush. I really hated the Bush administration and everything we're doing. But like, it didn't cause me to not dream about my future. And I feel like with Trump a lot of the time, it really like the future becomes a blur. I don't know what I felt like I believed in America's survival under Bush. I don't know what the future holds.
Because Bush killed more people than any other president alive. Like, he destroyed the world. I think a lot of the problems in the world now stem from George Bush.
Totally. Well, I say Bush invaded the world, Trump invaded America.
Okay, I would agree with that in a way. Because what Bush did was wreak havoc elsewhere, but in America,
he's wreaked havoc here, and the thing is, when you listen, I was just in Edinburgh for
the Fringe. Yeah, how was that?
It was great, and people would find out I'm American, and then I'd have to be like, "Don't worry, I hate him," and they'd go, "Okay, thank God, we are so sorry about what's happening over there." Like they both hate us for what we're doing, and they pity us. It's like it's
mostly just
like
hate,
like I'm telling you, the way the world outside of America views America is that it's like the beginning. They look at us as like, oh shit, America's going through the beginnings of Nazi Germany. That's what they think. That's what they think's happening.
So
over
I was
here.
just in Europe also for like 5 weeks. Talked to a lot of people. I was backpacking, and I don't think that they think we're Nazi Germany at
Where
all.
were you backpacking?
I was backpacking
In
Morocco,
Russia, Serbia, Belarus.
Morocco, Spain, Belgium, France.
So you can even understand what
Italy.
they were saying. They're like in French, like, we are so sorry. Like,
No,
yeah,
they all speak
they-
English, actually. That's the crazy thing.
Very
They all speak
broken English.
No, really good English, actually. They all speak like 4 languages.
In Spain?
Yeah, dude.
I was in Spain. Spain was, I remember when I first, my first time traveling Europe, when I was in Spain, like everywhere I went in Europe, everyone was like speaking broken English to me, but in Spain, I had to like kind of speak my broken
Spanish. I try to speak Spanish
them.
too because I'm not great at like speaking Spanish, but I try. But yeah, for that, it's aside the point, right? But I will say something about Europeans. They learn languages like we don't learn, and I wish we had more.
We
of
are
that,
so
but
stupid here.
We are so stupid.
We think we're the smartest. We're the fucking dumbest.
Yeah.
We think we're the best. We're just not. It's like I remember when I went to Edinburgh the first time. I got COVID while I was there, and I went to the doctor, and they just like. They no charge, just went in, got taken care of.
nice.
It's like you just walk in. It was
Yeah,
like
that's
crazy.
pretty nice.
It's crazy.
But I will say, to be honest, they said that they're sorry for what's happening, but they don't think we're like turning to Nazi. They're actually commending Trump on a few things. Like a few of the, like
What?
people our age. The whole thing with the European Union, like the tariff thing, they said it was unfair on their end. And that even, like the guy.
What? Who are these people you're
Swedish guy.
talking to?
Swedish guy. I swear.
No fucking way.
I swear.
They hate that is
Swedish guy.
Maybe you talk to one random ass like
One
right wing
Moroccan
guy.
I will say one Moroccan guy, one Swedish dude, and then the other guy was from Norway.
By and large, everyone I met in the UK is like this fucking guy and his fucking tariffs.
I'm also very
fucking
open
up the
to
entire
conversation,
world.
though, right? I feel like you're very like liberal, like you know.
No,
what
I'm-
you're saying about
I'm
things, but
open, I'm
I'm very
open.
open to like what people have to hear about certain situations because I'm very moderate.
But
in
I
the
just
middle.
don't. I mean,
Yeah.
I was there for an entire month. I talked to a lot of people, and every once in a while, yeah, sure, there's one like right wing guy, but by and large, the people I met in the UK were like, "We are fucking sorry about
Well,
what's
the thing
going
is,
on."
you were
over
at
there."
Edinburgh Fringe too, so you know it's like it like tends to be very liberal. But I will say this, and I think both of you are right in your own way. Whenever I've traveled to Europe, the perception I hear of Americans is you guys are dumb, but for some reason
sure.
you're very successful. And how the fuck does that happen?
When was
I
the
did
last
say
time you
that a
traveled
lot,
to
yeah.
Europe?
I traveled to Europe this year, like in January,
Okay.
and a lot of people were definitely concerned.
Very successful.
They think that
Monetarily,
well,
for sure.
monetarily, because a lot of people. To a lot of
a
people,
good salary. to
The
them
dollar
is like 80K.
was like a 1 pound. The dollar is so fucking weak out there right now. It was like 1.4. It was
In
a
UK?
$1.40 UK pound.
Oh, wow.
Per US dollar.
That's pretty bad.
It's really bad.
In Europe, it was great for me. It was like almost equivalent. It was like 1.1
to the euro.
to the euro.
Is the
And
euro
in
that
July.
weak right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, UK is not doing well as a country either right now. Like the whole entire European continent is struggling. You know,
See, we say this, but like I was there and like I saw like maybe 2 homeless people. Happiness was high. Like my perception, like it was hard to come back. It was like 2 a.m. I would like walk 3 miles
Edinburgh,
in
yeah.
Edinburgh, and I'd feel totally safe. Like you gonna walk 3 miles around Los Angeles at 2 a.m.
yeah. I was thinking,
course not, LA.
why is it that we have so many homeless people? And I was thinking, it's not because certainly we can do better with resources, but I think it's basically just addiction. Like you can't. There'll always be a certain amount of people that will be addicted, and we can't get them off the streets.
Yeah, but we also don't offer them any health care here or anything else.
That
to
is
take care of
definitely a
them.
big problem. Healthcare, I will give you, and I think a lot of the stuff we're seeing in America, this mental health crisis, is because of a lack of healthcare. Most people can't
And what
afford
about
healthcare.
just the wealth disparity in this country
Yeah.
is insane.
Yeah.
And Trump is fucking corruptly siphoning money through his cryptocurrency, his worthless cryptocurrency that's worth like $6 billion now. I mean, give
That's
me a
all
break.
speculative. Yeah,
Give
like,
me
that's
a-
yeah, bro. Like, come
Give
on.
me a
There's
break.
no-
It's they're just all they're doing. Like, look at how much people like Elon and Bezos and Trump's wealth has grown in the last few years, and they get the minimum wage is still $7.25 an hour. Meanwhile, Elon Musk's worth $500 billion. Like, fuck that guy.
Larry Ellison's worth more now.
Fuck that guy.
Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
He rose $108 billion.
So
in
how
one
much
day.
is he worth now? Larry Ellison.
420 or something. And
Fuck
Elon's like
these,
400.
fuck these people. It's just fucking insane. We're poor as fuck. We don't have health care, and these guys are able to be worth what countries are worth.
Yeah, that's
Not
definitely-
okay.
Crony capitalism is destroying America. too.
Crony
Yeah.
capitalism and like Trump like does this thing where he like says what's happening to everyone, and they're like, yeah, it is awful, but then he helps it happen.
But my thing is like we can't just all blame it on Trump. Like as much as Trump is bad.
No.
I agree with you.
It's not all Trump, but he is the figurehead of it.
Like look at what the Democrats are doing to Zoran right now. Nobody's the whole establishment
yes, it
is
is.
just Andrew Cuomo is colluding with Trump to destroy this guy.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what he's doing. Andrew Cuomo, the biggest Democratic guy, the guy who's going to run for president.
Cuomo sucks, and the Democratic establishment should get behind Zoran.
And they're not. They're still not doing
But
it.
Zoran still is a Democrat. AOC still is a Democrat.
Bernie
Bernie
can I be
still
honest?
is.
I'm really concerned about Zoran's safety.
I am really concerned
I'm not
about
kidding.
it too.
Like, I'm actually
I'm
serious.
very, especially I'm
Because
wi-
he's the Charlie Kirk equivalent of the Democratic Party.
totally,
right now.
totally.
Same
Yeah.
age, different ideology, and I can't. I'm still
100%,
shocked about what happened to Charlie
100%.
Kirk. Like, I'm
I'd be
shocked,
very-
bro. Like 200 yards, they kill this guy in open, thousands of people. The video is on tape. His kids are there. His wife is there. How does that happen? Like I don't understand how that happens. I don't
And
understand.
there's
how,
videos of the dude on the roof too. It's like, why doesn't somebody say, hey, bro, what the fuck is somebody doing up there? Why are they laying on their belly on the roof up there? It's so weird.
I don't know.
to
You
me.
probably think. The truth is, I'd probably see it and think like, is that? And maybe not now, but I'd probably be like, okay, it's probably some security thing up there.
He's like no politician. He doesn't have Secret Service.
What are you gonna do? Are
He
you
has
gonna,
security, though.
What I'm saying, would you be like in the audience, like,
I guess.
hey, what's this guy doing on the roof over there?
I would say like, what the? Maybe I wouldn't go tell somebody. To be honest, to be honest. Now in hindsight, yeah, I probably would moving forward.
they should start clearing rooftops. Like, did they not learn anything from the Trump
The Trump thing,
assassination?
the dude was walking out with a rangefinder.
But that to me
I don't know.
is-
I don't know about that guy.
We
I don't know if I trust.
we lost Trump almost a year ago. Exact same thing. It just the bullet grazed.
We
his
almost
ear.
lost him. It didn't graze his ear. It didn't fucking touch his
What do
ear.
you mean? It
Yeah,
did.
have you seen his ear?
He showed it on the Joe Rogan podcast. He showed his ear. He still has like a scar there. Okay, what was the blood coming out? You gotta come on.
Give me a
setup?
break. Give me a break.
So what do you think happened then?
Well, I'm just saying, regardless,
setup?
regardless of anything, no bullet touched his fucking ear.
So then how did he have the blood?
If a sniper bullet touched your ear would be ripped off of your head. Do you understand that? Have you ever seen a bullet hit an apple? Have you ever seen like what happens to an
That's the
apple?
difference between being grazed and being touched. That's the big difference.
not touched,
Yeah.
yeah.
The grazed means not touched. It just like
But he would be deaf in his ear, first of all.
no, because it got grazed.
No, he wouldn't be dead.
It's a sniper rifle
So then
bullet.
what happened with the blood coming down his face?
It might be blood that hit the guy that like splattered onto him. I don't know, but
all the way to the stage.
the
That would
amount of
defy
blood,
physics.
his ear is in better shape than my ear. That thing did not hit him in the ear.
Listen, if Trump was deaf after that shooting, he would be more funny. But like, he'd be hilarious. He'd be like, I can't hear you. He would just monologue. But I think that bullet definitely grazed his ear.
I lost my ear for this country.
Because Joe Rogan literally asked him, and he showed him his ear, and he saw the little scar. So like, I don't come on.
What scar?
It's scarred his ear.
What tiny little scar from this fucking bullet that came?
My point was, it was just scary that we almost lost another American president. Because that would have, I think, before
It's
an
scary
election,
that we didn't.
I disagree with
come
that.
on, no, you can't do that.
Whether I'm Dem or Republican,
Yeah, you
no
can't.
American should kill another American. Period. Dude.
He's killed so many people.
I'm not saying that's right, but one wrong doesn't make another right.
Yeah.
Two wrongs don't make it right.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, if we go with that standard, then like everybody's.
See, that's the problem, bro. Not enough people are moderates right now. They're just like
Yeah.
either here or
He's
here,
the
bro.
least moderate. He's
I'm not
get it.
saying that. I'm not
I
saying
get
it,
it,
but
but you
doesn't
can't-
mean you should be on the other extreme.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm just saying. Okay, like this is the difference between Trump and Hitler.
Okay.
To me,
Okay.
because there's a lot of time left. Hitler, we know all of Hitler. The difference between Trump and Hitler at this point is Hitler was just more successful. Because Trump's created alligator Alcatraz and like he's just grabbing people up off the streets. He's militarized an entire masked army in this country. It's like we don't know where this ends. But do we go, if there was an assassination attempt on Hitler that didn't, are we gonna all be like, well, thank God it didn't. That's just wrong.
Well, yeah,
bro.
Well, yeah, it's
saying.
wrong. Duh.
You're saying, but like you'd be like, that's just wrong before.
Well, that's a classic philosophical question, right? If you were able to go back in time, kill Hitler as a baby, would you do it? Some people say yes, some people say no.
Why don't you just, raise him better?
That's
go back in time and raise him
But that's a commonsensical answer, right? That's a modern answer.
But once it's more like, well, if you can go back in time and kill Hitler as an adult, yes. No question.
I don't think it's a good comparison right now. I see similarities for sure.
But
Hitler killed 6 million Jews. Like that was
6 million
cold-blooded.
people, yeah.
Cold-blooded assassination.
We are not at the end of Trump yet, and the potential is there.
If he's coming for me as a Hispanic, man.
I mean,
What do I do?
look at what's happening in the Middle East right now.
Yeah, but I think that's both parties are to blame for that.
Yes, but I think
Joe Biden did absolutely nothing.
Yes,
for Palestine.
Joe Biden was between a rock and a hard place, and it was a very difficult
He could
situation.
have taken a stance if he wanted to.
Yes,
He's
but
the president.
there was a horrible terrorist attack that did happen
Right,
there.
100%.
This is them militarily responding. They are an ally, and it certainly was going in a bad direction. And my belief is that if Kamala had won, like America has done so many times in the past when Israel starts to get real violent, lay down the law and stop them. But you also had Trump on the other side who's like coming up and gonna let Israel do what they want. And Israel's just gonna kind of do what they want at this time anyway, because they're looking at Buddy Trump coming into office potentially. And I also very much think that attack was done to help Trump get into office.
Which attack?
October 7th, that Russia really wanted that it really benefited Russia that happened.
The Hamas attack on Israel?
Yeah. Because we're fighting so many pronged war. I think that if Kamala had gotten into office, I think both Russia and Israel would be calming down.
I don't think anything would change because Kamala Harris showed when they asked her the question, what would you do differently than Joe Biden? She said, not a thing comes to mind.
Oh, come on.
Come on, you gotta,
she's the fucking vice president.
But you gotta have
It's a difficult position you're in that moment.
No, it's not. You just say, I'm not Joe Biden. I would do things so much differently.
It's so amazing how Trump gets a pass for everything. He's just joking.
No,
he's not going to do that. But Kamala does Kamala wears the wrong shoes. Look at his fucking bitch in her shoes. It's like, come on. What's she going to say? He's the president and she's his vice president.
Because I'll give you an example. Okay, by that standard, right? Trump in 2016 was civilian. He was going off on everybody.
She did actually say things about Israel. She did say things anti-Israel.
But she was very pro-Israel. Come on.
She said pro-Israel things, but she also was the only person to say anti-Israel things of the two candidates
What
running.
did she say against Israel?
She said that they're a little out of control.
That's it. Come on, that's the same thing. The thing is, my thing is, I see.
You really think the Republicans have no pressure on Trump to do anything? Trump has no pressure on Netanyahu to clamp back at all. The only pressure coming in that direction is from the left.
Oh yeah, listen, I will give it to you.
So there is the answer is, who's going to definitely help Israel commit genocide? Trump. Who's going to maybe do something to stop them? Kamala.
Maybe, but it's not confirmed.
Maybe, but
why can't she be confirmed though? Why can't you just say I'm going to stop it? She had so much time in office.
You're in a rock and a hard place. You have a divided country that is all over the problem is you can't be anything but fucking every Democrat wants different things, and if you're not every single thing that they want, they're not voting for you. But Trump can just do whatever the fuck he wants, and his people will mold to them.
I hear you. Definitely Trump gets a pass on most things. But there's a reason why. There's a reason why. Kamala Harris came off to the American people as not a charming person. She didn't come off as a funny person. She came off as somebody that was basically saying the same thing that Joe Biden said. She had no substance to herself. In her book that she just wrote, she keeps blaming Joe Biden Sure, Joe Biden is to blame for her losing 100%. But she takes the thing with Democrats is they never take any responsibility for anything. It's always somebody else's fault. Kamala comes out with this book.
so not true.
But she's coming out with this book that basically doesn't take
You're
it.
like Trump is never taking responsibility for anything.
Yeah, too long's don't make a night, though.
He's never taking responsibility
He's never
for
going
a single
to.
thing in his life.
And I agree with you. That's bad too. But what Kamala's doing is also bad.
You're like one person's the devil. And like you just got to accept that they're the devil. What do you get? It's the devil. Who's gonna?
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm voting for the devil because he's the devil.
I
and the
disagree
other
with that,
people
though.
are complicated, and being complicated is not for me.
Listen, I didn't vote for
Having
Trump.
good and bad is not for me.
We didn't vote for
the
Trump.
devil.
We voted for neither.
That's why I think
But
both
that's a
parties are
problem
corrupt.
too.
No,
It's
it's
Both
not.
people are corrupt.
you get two options, and you vote for the better one. That's the deal.
Yeah, and I voted for the better
country.
one.
The country moves to a better place
didn't
as
vote
long
for
as you
Kamala.
I
vote.
voted for Jill Stein, which I thought was better. out
Oh
of
my
the
God,
three.
Jill Stein. Yeah, how much is she doing for the world right now that there's not an election for her to
but that's
ruin?
not the
It was
point.
a
The point
standstill.
is like you have to take a stand. Like we don't personally, we don't believe the Dems or Republicans are it right now. And so the only way to make a stand
there is no it. That's what's so fucking crazy about
There
everyone.
is.
What?
Who is it? Who is it?
JFK was it.
No, he wasn't. JFK did a bunch of terrible things too. Bay of Pigs invasion was a disaster.
fair, but at least
But
there
he
was
saved
some
the world. The
common
Cuban
But
ground.
Missile
you
Crisis.
liked him. Okay,
No, there
yeah.
was
How do you
common
think?
ground.
How do you think the Cuban Missile Crisis would go right now?
There was common ground back then, though. There's no common ground right now. There's no common ground. Even
But
Reagan.
you
Reagan
put
was
the most.
it.
You're like.
I'm not saying he was great, but he was it.
You
There was
don't
common
think
ground.
things were calmer in this country under Biden?
I see it on both ends. I do.
Listen,
genuinely
I'll
do.
give it to you. Were things calmer? Sure. But was the world still the place that it was 100%? Joe Biden was still supporting Israel commit the genocide. He was still messing up with Russia and Ukraine.
Ukraine was crazy.
You just think Russia should? You
Afghanistan-
just think Ukraine belongs to Russia?
No, I disagree. But should we
$150 billion?
should we keep giving blank checks to Ukraine?
Oh, you see, people think like you think we're giving them a fucking check. We have a military-industrial complex
Exactly.
where we put $1 trillion in a year.
We shouldn't do that
and
either.
Joe Biden's giving them weapons that we've purchased.
We shouldn't
But
do that either. though.
But why can't we solve our own problems first? I'm with you.
None
Ukraine-
of that money is like the funny thing is it's like we talk about all this money going to them. It's not like any of that money is being used on Americans if it's not going to them.
But the thing about the Ukraine war right now is most Ukrainians are sick and tired of the war. It's not like Ukraine still wants to fight Russia.
yeah, of course they're sick and tired of
So
the
then
war.
why are we
were
telling
sick
you-
and tired of World War II, but we didn't just give up. The Ukraine doesn't want to belong to Russia.
100%. But they're sick and they want a peace deal. And at least Trump is trying to make some sort of peace happen. Biden was just like, let Ukraine do whatever they want. Let Israel do whatever they want.
And also Russia just sent drones into Poland.
Wrong. It's wrong. It's bad.
And Russia already took over Georgia and Crimea. And you just
Well,
think
he took over Crimea under
you
Obama.
think just letting Putin just go further and further and further, he's going to stop? You think he's done at Ukraine?
No, listen.
You think China's not watching Ukraine going like, when do we attack Taiwan?
Sure.
You have to take a stand that you cannot just invade a sovereign nation. And if you have people who are saying you cannot invade a sovereign nation, you're sending a message to the other superpowers that want to invade sovereign nations. You take a hard line that it stops here. Bush did not take a hard line when Trump invaded Georgia. Obama did not take a hard line when Trump went into Crimea. Biden took a hard line when Trump went into Ukraine, when Putin went into Ukraine, and that is, I think, the correct response. And I think Bush should have done it earlier, but it was a tough situation because Bush invaded fucking Iraq.
Well, Bush also looked into Putin and said, I see good in his eyes. Like, I think this is
Bush
great
is a
guy.
fucking retard.
Yeah, 100%. Agreed. I agree with you. But the thing is, that's why I think it's not. Nothing in politics is so simplistic. Like Joe Biden was not a good president, in my opinion. And were things better in America? Sure, a little bit, but it wasn't like there was still income inequality.
It's unbelievable.
There was still stuff happening.
Unbelievable. It's unbelievable that Joe Biden walks into he walked into a active COVID world, lifted this country out of it, and jobs, unemployment went down under Joe Biden. Unemployment's the worst it's been right now since COVID.
increased.
What?
Homelessness increased.
Homelessness is under Biden?
Yeah, exponentially. Not saying it's Biden's fault, but it did under his reign. Yeah.
So coming out of COVID, homelessness increased.
I'm gonna-
and has homelessness not continued to increase with unemployment being skyrocketing right now?
Yeah, it's crazy right now.
Statistically, Democratic presidencies,
Inflation's increased.
under Democratic presidencies, the country economically always does better than Republicans.
So how
That's
can we
definitely
say
true.
so why are they the economic people? What they do is they help the rich.
The Republicans
And they
100%.
fuck the poor.
Yeah, 100% agree.
So I'm just saying,
That's what the
there
policy
is
has been,
there
yeah.
is nothing good I can point to under
But
Trump.
the thing
There
is,
is nothing good
my
I can
point
point.
is-
point to what good thing has Trump done?
what good thing has Trump done?
Yeah, what
Very
what,
few things can I think
what
of.
what has in
I
what
will
way
say this, though.
whatsoever has this country gotten better?
Foreign
under Trump?
policy wise, when it comes to Russia and Ukraine, at least he's trying to get a peace deal done. Sure, is he very much like confused and doesn't know what's going on, but at least he's trying. He is a pro peace guy. Is he actually doing that? No. but
Mr. Department of War.
Department
he's
of-
also
100%
he's
agreed.
also just back. His
Yeah.
his peace plan is make Ukraine unable to fight this war so that Putin will just topple them.
no
if
taxes
they
on
don't-
tips. That was a good policy.
Is that active? Are there no taxes on tips?
I think he was that was passing the big.
No,
beautiful
it
bill.
wasn't.
It wasn't?
It wasn't.
No.
Okay, I was under the impression that it was, but I do think
All
Really,
all the things that
but
benefited.
no tips.
the-
I thought that was included in the bill.
it's
bragged
not.
about
It's
it.
not. I'm
No
almost
taxes on
100%.
So let's fact check that.
Yeah.
We usually have a producer here. Fact check, but
But here's my point is, listen, I'm agreeing with you that Donald Trump, overall, he's been a net negative. When we look back in history, we will look at Donald Trump as an evil president that literally destroyed the country, for sure. But does that mean that it was good that he almost got killed? No, because I don't think that does anything. Like celebrating, a lot of people right now are celebrating Charlie Kirk's death.
It's more of an in retrospect. When it happened, I was glad he didn't. Now that he's president again, I wished he did.
But it's the wrong mentality to have, in my opinion, because that's the thing. Because
But there are people that he's just grabbing off the street. This would not be happening. He wouldn't be
Yeah.
This country would not have a massed military grabbing people off the streets with no due process and throwing them into a cage.
So let's start.
I'm just saying. Like, if you guys were grabbed off the street and thrown into a cage, even if it was just for 3 days. Have you ever been locked in a room for 3 days?
100%.
How would you feel
Sucks.
about the fact that you guys are, I'm assuming, U.S. citizens?
Yeah.
But like, you're not a U.S. citizen?
Argentinian citizen.
You're not, are you?
No, I'm not American.
Yeah, he's an American citizen. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to send this video to ICE. I'm just going to cut that clip of you and see how you feel about Trump. If you get grabbed off the street for not being white and locked in a room.
Well, I think it's okay. Has Trump done some good things? Yes, I do think he has.
What?
I just told you the no taxes on tips. We don't know for sure if it wasn't included.
Joe Biden tried to get rid of student debt.
That'd be great.
Did that happen though?
Who stopped it? Trump's Supreme Court.
That's true. He's right about
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Yeah. You're right. And it affected me personally. You know, I was actually hoping Biden would win it again.
Joe
My
Biden
student-
tried to do a good thing for you that was stopped by Trump.
Yeah. And
Are we pro-abortion?
Depends.
Depends.
Okay. Listen, I do think abortion, my stance on abortion is
If I get a woman pregnant, it should be legal.
well
But if it doesn't affect me, illegal.
I don't think the government. I'm still grappling with where my stance on this is because I'm still 24. I'm still figuring out my political views. But to me, as a normal person, if I remove every single label, it seems to me that you get somebody pregnant, they're 3 months pregnant, and you're like, oh, I can't really afford them economically, so I'm going to just get rid of this responsibility. To me, it doesn't seem like the right moral thing to do. But should the government interfere in your body's decision? I don't know. But definitely in cases of rape, incest, or where the mother's life is on the line, 100%. That's duh.
I'm of that
my
mindset,
attitude is there's like, what do you get, like you have 9 months and really you have only a few months of like it being just whatever Christians want to believe is just barely a baby, and you're gonna go to trial to be like, hey, a judge in this backed up court system with everyone who needs an abortion, I got raped. All right, well, prove you got raped. Well, we're deciding you didn't get raped, and like I'm just saying,
that stuff
you
is not
just
right.
got to make it legal. And you got to accept the consequences of some people being irresponsible with what they're doing, but it just should be a woman's choice.
But see,
because many times it's going to affect a woman's. It should be between a doctor and a woman.
What I think of, and this is going to sound really reductive, is like, why couldn't you ask the guy to put on a condom? Like, It's just simple thing that's gonna save a life in my. It's like all you gotta do is not do it
Sounds like
wrong.
you're not having enough sex.
Probably, yeah. No, I get it. Listen,
Shit
I get it.
happens. Shit happens.
I agree. Shit
I
happens,
know shit
but I also
happens.
believe in ownership, right? Past consequence, something's gonna happen.
But I'm also
and it's like you're
believer-
gonna live your life knowing that there could have been this child here. Like that's kind of.
But I'm also
Yeah,
a
but
believer
that
in-
child probably most people suck. Do we need more people?
No, that's fucked up, bro. That's fucked up, bro.
We need
I
people.
disagree
Come on,
with
we
that.
need people. We have a birth crisis.
No,
in
you have to
America.
have ownership in life.
We're
Without
having-
integrity, you don't have anything.
Ownership.
Yeah.
We should just everyone's life should be ruined because they were horny.
No,
Not everyone's.
But a lot of you're just saying people's lives should be ruined because they were horny.
Well, I think
It's
like
not
you should-
ruined.
It's-
A lot of people, dude, become extremely successful.
There are people that believe
whatever
every
way.
time you guys masturbate. There are people who believe that that's fucking that those are lives in those little tissues
Some
in
people
your
believe that.
in your garbage
Well,
next
that's
to your
stupid.
bed.
That's stupid.
That's stupid. But at what point is it not stupid? The jizz is just the moment before the
But
fetus.
when a woman is actually impregnated, there is a embryo that's forming.
Once we're able to ruin a woman's life, that's when it counts.
That's why I told you. Listen, that's
That's on
why
the guy too. 100%.
it's on the. Yeah, I think men should take more responsibility.
men
by
should
the
take way more
Like a lot of
responsibility.
times we make it about women, but I don't think we have enough of a conversation.
I can't
about,
wait till you guys get a woman pregnant.
Hopefully, it'll be a few more years.
But you guys are just gonna take responsibility and have a kid right now.
100%.
If I had a kid, 100%.
100%.
Even
You
got
if
a
I was in
woman
college,
pregnant?
even if I was in college.
If you had a one night stand with like this girl you had
100%.
you're just gonna
I
spend
would
the
have
next
hurt. I would have sucked because my dad did tell me, he was like, I would cut you off of everything. He told me this in high school. He's like, if you get a girl pregnant, I'm cutting you off. But 100%, I would have taken responsibility.
Same here, 100%. Yeah, that's a baby.
I would've been
As a man,
hurting
that's your
about it,
job.
but yeah.
As a
You
man,
don't
it's your
have
job to provide.
But you don't have to.
But you have to.
You do.
It's like a.
It's your moral code.
yeah,
too, right?
provide the amount of money it costs for her to get that abortion and not ruin both of your
Well,
lives.
see,
right
that's
then.
like things like this, like abortion, is just one of my examples where both sides are so polar opposites. It's like we can't think like a logical, normal human being. I'm just thinking about this from a normal, logical human. I'm not crazy bad shit. Like, yeah, if somebody raped you, you get to keep that baby. That's
But
ridiculous.
I think it's great that you want to take responsibility, and
Yeah.
I think that should just be your decision to take responsibility.
that's why I told you.
and to decide that it's more to your morality. It is wrong to get an abortion, but I think to tell someone what they have to do is where it gets wrong, because there are so many instances that it's too complicated to go issue. There's not enough resources in this world to take it situation by situation. It just needs to be a thing that is legal, and that people need to put the amount of Christians trying to control other people's morality is where I feel like things are wrong. Let God be the judge if you believe God's the judge.
That's-
let the decisions and the free will that God gave us that we're to be judged at in Valhalla
maybe.
be the decisions and free will that we get judged at in Valhalla. You don't be God. Stop playing God in our lives.
That's why I told you I don't know where I stand personally on whether the government should be involved. But as a moral, as if somebody asked me, do you think abortion is a moral thing? I would say it's immoral to me. It seems like, but obviously in those exceptions. But I would agree with you. That's why I'm like grappling with this, because I'm very free speech, freedom of religion, and if you actually believe in freedom, to me I struggle. Because I'm a guy who goes off of moral consistency. If I'm saying freedom of speech, freedom of religion, but I'm saying, no, this woman, we get to tell her what to do, it seems to me hypocritical. That's why I'm still grappling with where I stand on this issue.
The irony to me, one of the biggest ironies about the whole Trump thing is that that the quote unquote free speech people love Trump and Elon. Yeah. And I'm like, nobody has stifled free speech more in this country than Trump and Elon. Trump is deporting people for speaking about Palestine. He's looking
Definitely
at
agreed.
people's social medias to
Agreed.
prevent you from coming into this country. After Charlie Kirk got shot, there was a Republican who introduced a bill to kick anyone who is posting anything positive about Charlie Kirk permanently off social media for the rest of their life. Elon Musk has kicked more people off of Twitter than people were kicked off of before. He's blocking people. He's like muting people that talk ill of him. There has never been more of a government interference in freedom of speech than we have right now under Trump and with Elon owning Twitter. And it's like,
Elon
That's definitely a thing, because when the Charlie Kirk shooting happened, a person in the Department of State with really high seniority said that any foreigner who who praises the shooting of Charlie Kirk is not going to be allowed to enter the United States because that's a threat to American safety. So that's definitely a thing that, and I agree with you. The whole poor Palestine thing, this is a real thing. They are canceling student visas. They're deporting international students simply because they posted pro-Palestinian stuff on their Twitter, Instagram, or whatever. That's literally un-American. That's unconstitutional.
I have my own complicated thoughts about all of that, especially as a Jew. But regardless of which, like freedom of speech, like I've always said that the thing that like the Rogan sphere and stuff claimed was like anti-freedom of speech itself is anti-freedom of speech, because like I look at Chappelle complaining about people complaining about him, and like that's what most people are most people are trying to, in my opinion, stymie freedom of speech in the name of freedom of speech, because it's my right to say like that Joe Rogan's a bad guy for things he says, or to say that I don't like Chappelle's jokes about trans people. But until the government's doing something actively to stop Chappelle from doing those things, his freedom of speech is intact. And Chappelle's just complaining that people are complaining about him. Like you can't control culture. You can't control the way people feel. You can only control their actions. And you can, and again, freedom of speech is, I can, like, if I say, like, do you think it's fair for me to be fired from a job for me saying, like, Hitler was great and Jews should be killed?
Do I think it's fair for you to be fired from your job for saying that?
For being a Nazi, for espousing Nazi ideology.
And you're doing your job?
I'm doing my job,
What's
but
your job?
Jews maybe work at my job, and I'm making it, and nobody's coming to the company anymore because they see my tweets about praising Hitler and stuff.
Well, then you're interfering with work.
I'm interfering with work, so I'm
Yeah.
saying it's fine for an independent company, but I shouldn't be thrown in jail for saying those things if I don't act upon them.
But should you be
and
fired?
that's
That's a
freedom of
private
speech.
entity's choice. So if a
But
private,
a private
company,
entity, yeah. And if I'm telling Netflix, and Dave Chappelle is one of my favorite comedians, even though I don't like lots of the things he said recently, but like his early specials I think are some of the greatest ever.
What did you not like about what he said recently?
I just think I actually just think his last couple specials are unfunny and cheap, and it's like, you're way too obsessed with trans people, bro.
Really?
Well, like, but
He was making a point though. He was saying like, why can I not say these things?
he can. He's got paid $60 million from Netflix to say it. Nobody is stopping him from saying those things. That's what I'm saying is funny.
No, but people were trying to like cancel him for that.
They're
Definitely.
trying, people,
Yeah.
but all Chappelle's complaining. It's their right to say Chappelle shouldn't say those things.
100%. He wasn't saying. That's the thing about Chappelle is he wasn't saying that they shouldn't be saying it. His point was they're trying to destroy my entire career and try to say that I shouldn't have this microphone and say these things. So that was what he was complaining about.
Yes, but nobody was taking the microphone from him.
But they were trying to.
But it's my right. It's my freedom of speech to tweet, I'm canceling my Netflix subscription because you have Chappelle. That's me if millions of people cancel their Netflix subscription because they don't like what Chappelle's saying, and Netflix decides it's more beneficial to us economically to no longer give Chappelle a microphone, he was not canceled by his freedom of speech, wasn't infringed upon. It's just everyone's freedom of speech freedom of speech his freedom of speech.
You're making a deep point here. You're actually saying a lot of celebrities, when they get criticized, they say, well, why are you criticizing me? And that seems antithetical because, well, you're exercising your freedom of speech and they're exercising their freedom of speech.
Chappelle's
The
complaining.
difference is-
Chappelle's doing the same thing to them that they're doing to
But
him.
he's not saying go die, go cancel, don't exist, whatever you're saying shouldn't be allowed. He's not saying that. He's just saying, man, stop being stop being so soft. That's what he's
but
saying.
I'm also like, Chappelle, come on, you're one of the most powerful voices in the world, and like trans people are one of the most marginalized community. Like, could you imagine how hard it is to be a trans person right now, and then to watch someone get paid $60 million to just go on? Like, yeah, it's Chappelle's freedom, it's Chappelle's right, but I'm just like, as a comedian, it's boring and it's easy and it's trite at this point.
I'm curious.
Nobody's. It's been a long time since I've heard a trans joke that I thought was like, wow, what a hilarious take that I've never heard before.
It's interesting you're talking. I'm grappling with this myself. As a comedian, I'm a big fan of Kill Tony, right? And I'm a big fan of dark comedy, but seeing the Charlie Kirk shooting and seeing the aftermath, and it's like when people were trying to make that funny, I was like offended personally. Not because I'm a Republican or conservative or Democrat or Republican or whatever, liberal. And just a human being, I was just like, come on, like he's had 2 kids. This just happened. Nothing is funny in the moment. Everything is funny in hindsight. You know, you can make 9/11 jokes because it's been a long time and we're not as sensitized to it. But when it comes to dark comedy and dark humor and really stuff that Kill Tony promotes, I'm grappling with that because on one hand, I do think it could be a unifying thing. When everybody's making fun of everybody for everything, isn't that a way to bring people together?
No, I agree with that, but I think the problem is what's unifying is a world where we're all actually equal in it so that we can make fun of each other and that we're making fun of each other. But there is this real power hierarchy and there are these people who are really hurting. And I'm like, if you're here and you're punching down, it's like, okay, good for you. You're making fun of a guy. You're kicking someone when they're down. I'm like, the people that we love, like the people that we idolize in comedy, like the George Carlins and the Richard Pryors, were great because they punched up. Like you know, I think like what made Chappelle great for me was I was a kid.
Yeah.
I'm a white Jewish kid in Boca Raton, Florida, growing up. I didn't know. I'm so blind to the fact that there was a problem with police racism. And I learned about it from Killing Them Softly and seeing Chappelle doing the jokes about sprinkle some. He's still here. Incredible jokes. Enlightening me to a real problem in the world. Maybe and that's brilliant punching up. That's like one of the greatest specials of all time. And it's an eye-opening, like empowering special.
Yeah, seeing him I think maybe a reflection of our society, though. The reason why we're seeing such comedy is because of what we're becoming as a society. More toxic. We're not unified anymore. We're not looking. We don't have the same cause.
And I think we were at one. I think, and here again, I'm going to go back to what I think is like the problem with Trump and culture is Trump's created a world where people are down again. He's pushed brown people down, he's pushed trans people down, he's pushed women down, and it's like when they were getting to a point where they were getting closer to equal, it was more of an open playing field. Like I made a web series during the Obama administration and I had a trans character and I feel embarrassed about the things I did in my show then.
What's it called?
I'll tell you guys after.
Let's cancel you right now, man. Okay.
No, I feel genuine remorse because at the time it was like it was becoming more of a level thing, and I was like, we can make fun of everyone. But now I look at that and I say like these people are hurting, and it's not nice. It's not good of me to kick someone when they're down. And I'd rather it be this. I'd rather it be the world you're talking about, where we can make fun of everyone because we're not. Yeah. Trying to take their rights away, and we're not trying to make it like there's a law. I think it was Texas. They're not forget trans people going into men or women's bathrooms. There's a law trying to be passed in Texas that trans people can't go into public bathrooms at all. I'm like, they're not allowed to use the fucking bathroom. They're just not allowed to. They're not allowed to pee anymore. And like, you know what's crazy about the trans bathroom argument to begin with? Trans people have existed as long as we've been alive. But we only started arguing about what bathroom they can go into a few years ago. It wasn't an issue. It was an issue created by Republicans to sow division.
From a layperson's point of view on this trans topic, here's my take. My take is some people are actually born trans. This is, like you said, since the history of time, it's a medical condition. Some people are born trans. But to me, it's a disservice. People like Caitlyn Jenner, who were born a man, decide to be a woman because of mental health issues. They're actually destroying people who were born that way and their rights because they're doing it because for their own ego's sake, for their own mental health sake. And I think as a society, what the Republicans are trying to say is, hey, guys, listen, if you are a 40-year-old man and you decide to become a woman, there's a mental health issue. Are you a bad person? No. But us as society should normalize that. But I agree with that point of view.
Okay. I'm gonna state that like I'm not gonna say it's a mental health issue. But I'm gonna go under the hypothetical that it is a mental health issue. So let's say it is a mental health issue. My point is, if their mental health issue makes them happy and doesn't actually hurt anybody, why should I care? Like, okay, let's say you have the mental health issue where you're a pedophile. Yeah, that's a mental health issue that if you act upon it, you are hurting people. But if you're saying trans is a mental health issue, Caitlyn Jenner becoming a woman doesn't harm anyone. It does no. It does.
But what if Caitlyn Jenner starts to participate in women's sports at her peak athletic career? At her peak, that's hurting women. That's hurting women. Bruce Jenner was an Olympian, gold medalist. You're telling me because of women?
There are like
he's already the GOAT.
There are so few trans athletes.
But it's a thing, and it's actually hurting women's sports. It happened.
I know, but it's again, it's.
I get what you're saying, and
I probably
because it's hurting women in that case.
I probably just think like the ultimate right thing probably is there should just be trans sports where trans people can.
I agree.
What I would love to see, what I would love. I think the thing that would change everything in the trans sports argument is if we have a woman who transitions to being a man and wins something, and then I'd be like, well, now no one can argue about the trans sports because a woman just transitioned to being a man and won a men's event.
Has that ever happened?
That's never happened.
I don't think so. But I'd like to see it happen.
I would 100% love to see that happen. But is it ever going to happen? No. We know that.
Who knows?
That's crazy.
But the trans sports thing is just such a manufactured problem because one, there's so few of them, and two, it's not macro. It's not a macro problem. It's not a problem that's like affecting how much money you make and whether you can pay your bills at night. It's not a problem that's causing genocide in a country. It's just like a minor issue that come on guys, let's be real about certain things.
But it's a macro issue because a lot of Democrats deny certain truths. They're afraid to call it what it is. We shouldn't be afraid. We should do it in a loving way.
Republicans run on things like trans in sports because that to them is a winning issue, whereas things like genocide and paying your bills and student loans are losing issues. And they don't want to argue those, so they want to get people real riled up about 4 trans athletes in the world. There's probably more, but rile them up about such a non-issue.
I keep repeating myself, but Democrats or Republicans, I just don't understand how anybody could identify with either party.
Well, Republicans run on,
but the Democrats do the same thing. They do the same exact thing.
This is the thing I said a while.
The whole thing about the Russia collusion, there was no understood. Trump said a lot of things about Putin, but they never found any. That's not concrete piece of evidence.
It's not exactly accurate.
But then come on, there's no exact evidence that
Trump kind of like how Trump's going to continue to say the thing about there being trans things on the engravings on the bullets. Trump is taking the Mueller report, which said yeah, there is stuff here, but I don't know if there's enough.
But there's no
to prosecute.
Yeah, so which means there was no collusion, conclusively proven.
Do you know how
you're innocent until proven guilty.
You know how gangsters collude. You know how gangsters order hits and stuff. They don't. Well, it's okay. It's like this. It's
this is conspiracy territory.
Let's talk about Trump went on TV and he was like,
one of the biggest
if Russia happens to have any things you send messages
do it for me,
in ways
Putin,
that
if you love me dearly.
You don't get on a phone call. You say things that convey Trump
he's not smart enough to clue with Russia.
When the insurrection happened, Trump went, This was a beautiful election that was stolen from us, and you're all very upset.
Dangerous
and you guys are so beautiful for being here and supporting me. And they want us to not storm the Capitol, so we shouldn't do it. But they stole it from us. Stole it from us, and I can't control what you guys are gonna do.
If you want to punch Mike Pence in the face,
he went up there, and it's without saying it exactly. It's let me inspire.
But that's the thing about Trump is I don't know. At least I've learned to not.
Did you ever read that book, The Game? You ever read that book, The Game? No. Okay, so two books I've read that I think helped me understand. Trump's like an idiot savant at these 2 books because I don't think Trump's even knows that he's doing them exactly cognitively. I think he's just he's the Mozart of doing these things. And the 2 books are The Game and The 48 Laws of Power. Because like I've read both of those books, and I watched Trump. He gets up there and like in the game they talk about neurolinguistic programming, which is like you go up to a girl and you're like, I want you to picture a box, and you like
Big, beautiful box.
and you use these words that
So good.
and like
Punchy.
Like if I were to describe what the game is the game is a book that teaches men how to trick dumb women into sleeping with them. That's what the book really is. And I watched Trump just do things I read in the book, but it's not like to trick dumb women into sleeping with him. It's to trick dumb people into voting for him. And then the 48 Laws of Power, it's like, oh my God. It's like I watch him just like naturally like a idiot savant just do the things in that book. Like one of the things that always stuck out to me in that book is like, if you want to be more powerful, go out, make an enemy today. You're well on your way to power. And I'm like, no one has more enemies than Trump. And I'm like, and it's true. The more people, like Trump has power over me. He has real estate in my brain. Wow. I hate him. It's like if you hate somebody, they have power over you. Yeah. If like you know somebody,
but is that his fault or your fault?
If there's like another comedian that you just really don't like, and like for what like there are comedians and I'm like, this guy's got power over me because I want to see him fail, but his success hurts me. So that's power. And like that's like.
But isn't that a personal issue? Like,
no, he creates like actively going out and making an enemy. Like if I post something that shit talks another guy, and that guy responds to me, I've got some power now, because I've engaged them in this, and I've caused attention, and I've developed sides on an issue, and now there's support. And there's animosity, and there's a fight. There's like a power dynamic that's been created, which is an interesting thing. Like he's if you read the 48 Laws of Power, it's like, wow, this guy is just fucking doing all of these things, and it's like I don't even think he knows it. I mean, he's obviously amassed an incredible amount of power, so he's successful at them.
I think of Trump like a toxic ex. Like at times, for most Americans, the people that voted for him, they think of him like a toxic ex. Sometimes he seems like really
and they got back together,
and then they get back
she's
together.
More toxic than ever.
Yeah, exactly. It just keeps getting more toxic, and then you have a breakup, and then you get back again. It's on and off, on and off. It's the same thing with Trump, man. He's a toxic ex.
I really wish
he's America's toxic ex.
I wish you guys felt like I feel when it comes to people like Kamala, which is like I was mad when Kamala became the nominee. I was like, I thought she was gonna lose. Yeah. And my feelings were like, I don't like her. I don't like a lot of things she says, but we only get two choices. And to me, it seems like this country will be less terrible if she's president.
The DNC that's the most that's dictator stuff, what they did with Kamala and Joe Biden. Because again, the DNC picked Kamala Harris. They didn't let the voters decide. And they keep picking people on their own. The DNC. And they say, Democrats, you got to like him. The other guy sucks more. And that to me is like the same thing.
I will agree with you.
Yeah.
I will agree with you that I don't like that. And that I do think that they've caused a lot of problems.
I think so.
They've caused a lot of problems in the people that they need to support them. But I always, at the end of the day, I think it's all pretty. We get such limited choice to begin with that I go like, I don't want to care about politics. I want to just make movies and do stand up and have a podcast and live my life and not talk about what we're talking about all the fucking time. Yeah. And I want to see people have health care, and I want to see the Supreme Court not pass block student loan forgiveness or make abortion illegal, and I want people's Social Security and Medicare and things to be covered, and I just vote for those things that are important to me, and I accept that there's bullshit, but I use my vote to try and limit the bullshit as much as I only have so much power, and the only power I have is 1/60 of a vote to limit the bad shit that's happening as much as I can. as much as I can.
And it's our responsibility to exercise that right, 100%.
And I think it's just like, I just think like I know I'm never going to be fully happy. Someone told me once, politics will always disappoint you. And I've learned to accept that. I've learned to accept that politics is always going to disappoint me. And all I can do is do as much as I can, which is my meaningless California vote. My meaningless California vote. I wish I still was registered in Florida, where it's ever so slightly more meaningful.
But it's still, we have 52 electoral votes, so that is significant. Even though we're blue, we still add up to the electoral college.
Totally.
Yeah.
But like we're gonna be blue when I'm voting for president. If I didn't vote, Kamala was winning California anyway. You guys didn't vote, and Kamala won California anyway.
We voted.
Oh yeah, you voted for Jill Stein.
He voted for RFK, but
I'm so fucked up. I'm gonna tell you how to stay healthy.
see, that's hilarious. Why can't we just do that for everybody? I love that. Yeah,
Bro, have you seen this dude?
It is hilarious. I just wish it was all a TV show and not our real fucking life.
It is though. It is a TV show. It really is.
But it's a TV show.
We're in a simulation, buddy.
We're in Running Man. It's the Running Man, where it's like we're watching the TV show, but the TV show determines whether or not we have food tomorrow.
Well,
my last question to you is: how has comedy helped you think about the world in a more positive way?
I mean, comedy has helped me feel like I have a place in the world and given me more self-confidence as a person, and made me feel like I'm really good at something, and it's definitely changed my life for the better. I really love doing comedy, and if you liked the things I have to say here, I have a comedy special coming out.
What's it called?
It's probably out now when this is getting released.
Don't worry, we'll cut this out.
It's called that's why I came here. That's why I drove a fucking hour in rush hour traffic to be here at 9 fucking a.m. I don't even wake up at 9 fucking a.m.
I wanted to talk about your special, but we just talked about politics. What's it called? Yeah, what's your special?
It's called the Jew Rogaine Experience.
the Jew Rogaine.
Jew Rogaine.
That's a cool name.
Rogaine.
Rogaine.
Okay.
Yeah, thank
The
you.
Jew Rogaine Experience.
The Jew
and where
Rog-
can people find it?
It's you can purchase it right now on disruptorcomedy.com. In November, it'll be free on YouTube, but come on, pay $7 and watch. It's really hilarious. I don't talk about politics in it.
Really?
I have one political joke, but it's not. It's not like about anything. My joke is that I went on a date with a girl who, because I liked a picture of her dog on Hinge, and on the date she asked me, "So are you a dog person?" I was like, "I love dogs. I used to have pet dogs. I actually have a pet cat now." And she's like, "Oh," and I was like, "Why?" And she's like, "Well, I just think that dogs are Democrats and cats are Republicans." And I'm like, "Whoa!"
What?
I think it's the exact
Opposite.
Cats are definitely Democrats and
Yeah.
dogs. Like, for example, I give my cats tons of free shit, and I'm still not that confident they'd show up to vote for me on election day.
That's a good
Is
one.
that true?
yeah.
All of my dogs would be there every election, no matter how I treat them.
Right.
Is that true story?
Loosely.
Loosely. Okay.
Like Democrats, my cats think they're better than everyone else. Like Republicans, my dog was racist. Dogs become cops.
That's true.
There are dogs in the military.
Yeah.
When's the last time you ever saw a cat enlisted to do shit?
Dude,
Plus,
Mike
you ever
Tyson
tried-
had a lion, bro.
No,
You ever
I'm-
try to pet a cat that isn't yours, or like rape?
Maybe I'm a Republican because I hate cats. I can't stand cats.
You hate cats?
I hate
I think you
cats.
guys are Republicans.
No. I'm independent, man. I'm registered independent.
You see, I think I actually think that I feel that if you don't vote Democrat,
Then
you're
you're a
probably
Republican.
you're helping them win.
on.
You're helping them win.
No, we're
Yeah.
not.
Republicans
It's a
are
one-sided story.
No,
right there, dude.
come on.
No, I would say this.
No.
Republicans are happy to see people vote.
And vice versa.
Vote independent.
Vice versa. If RFK ran as a Republican, Democrats would be happy too. Then
If RFK ran independent,
as an independent, yeah, like Jill Stein did, right? Well, she was Green Party, but it goes vice versa.
yeah.
It's vice versa. We
It's a
both
power dynamic
because
you're
with
talking about,
Rob
it's like-
Perot, we did the same thing. I mean, Clinton won because of Rob Perot. 100%. Ross Perot. Sorry, Ross
yeah, he
Perot.
definitely
Rob Perot.
He definitely
Ross
helped.
Perot, yeah.
He definitely helped. Yeah, I just
100%. It was because of Ross Perot, man.
But
Yeah.
RFK is a psychopath.
Have you seen his physique?
So what? Hulk Hogan.
That's all we wanted.
Have you seen Hulk Hogan's physique? He just died in
He's
the
dead.
60s. Muscles don't mean healthy.
That dude was definitely on roids though. Hulk Hogan.
you don't think RFK was a heroin addict?
Was he really?
Yeah.
Yes.
I did not know that. Okay.
Yes, he was a heroin addict. He swims in sewage.
Heroin addict?
Yeah, he was a heroin
Yes, he was
addict.
a heroin
That's
addict.
100%, Yeah,
Shit.
he's done some weird stuff. Yeah,
He's a weird fucking guy.
same thing. Power and money. Like he comes from the
Yeah.
Kennedy family. You're just fucked up if you're born into that family. 100%. Your dad was assassinated. Your uncle was assassinated.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's pretty fucked up.
Just I mean, it's unbelievable how much the Trump administration is like the pollution team from Captain Planet. They're just like his Trump's painted on orange. Like this guy looks like a fucking clown. He walks up on stage with clown makeup. It's nuts. He paints his face orange.
Yeah, that's weird. I
JD
saw
Vance with his fucking
Mascara?
eye
Yeah, that's
mascara.
weird.
Weird.
But at least Trump is charismatic. You have to. Why?
So charismatic.
He's so charismatic.
Unbelievably charismatic.
Exactly, yeah.
Like
You're not being sarcastic, he actually is, yeah.
one of the most charismatic people
Yeah.
I've ever seen in the world.
Yeah.
I remember when they were running, there was that like the prediction guru who predicts every election that picked Kamala.
Yeah.
And I knew he was
He's
wrong.
wrong, yeah.
I knew he was wrong because he goes, one of the things I take into account is charisma. I think none of these candidates, I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Trump's
No,
a
I talked
fucking
about that on the
Trump's a
podcast.
fucking TV star.
Yeah.
Trump's like the most charismatic.
Yeah.
What are you
that
talking
professor,
about?
His 12 metrics are wrong.
Well, he just gauged it. He was just wrong about his metrics.
Yeah.
He was so sad. Did you watch him? I was watching him
yeah.
when the election was happening. He was just like,
No, he still kept
All
saying,
right,
hey, there's
I'll
still
buy
time.
now.
There's still time.
Yeah,
Get
but
out of
at
it,
the
yeah.
last, he was just, I think we're done now. And then his son came on. He like walked out of the room and his son came on. It was pretty funny.
The last thing I will say though is it's important to have like we clearly disagree in a lot of stuff, but we were able to have a civil conversation.
Yeah.
And I think that's what America needs. Like you're not a bad person for believing the things you do, and I don't think I'm a bad person for believing the
I
things
think I'm an actively better person.
Yeah, you can believe that. There you go.
No, I'm a complicated guy who's made mistakes.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think and like one of the things I wanted to say earlier that I think is like a real thing that pushed a lot of people to Trump, and I think it is a problem in this country. And I felt like we were, as a country during Obama, regardless of any of the bad things he did, I felt like two things. I felt like we were moving into a better direction. And one thing I felt is that there were a lot of people who were probably in their life brought up in like deeply racist, sexist, anti-homophobic people that were getting better. And like they were being less of those things. But you know, when you're so far and you come back a little bit, you're still like you still say gay or retard or something in like the wrong way.
Well, all those
I
things,
said
yeah.
it today to reference George W. Bush. But
It's an accurate description.
but
yeah.
then like people would like go at them so hard because they made a mistake, and I'm like, you can't expect this guy who was so far gone to be perfect. You
Right.
got to give grace to people who are trying to be better.
And we're all racist, homophobic. We're all of those things.
And the
to a
fact that we
certain
wouldn't
degree.
give grace was pushing people much further in this direction. But I think that like more than anything, and this is like I think the deepest problem with Trump, and this is what I'll compare about Trump and Obama, is I think the president more than anything is a symbolic position that has a psychological effect on the country. And I think when Obama won, regardless of how good a president he was, regardless of whether he did good or bad things, here was an example of a guy who came from a broken home that was mixed race, that fought his way through who
Not really. But
born in Kenya, that came to
Osama Hussein Obama.
who said to the world, you can be anything. You can become president
Right.
despite all of
It's
these
inspiring,
disadvantages. And it was inspiring. And you look at a lot of people who were, you look at the AOCs and stuff that probably wouldn't have happened without Obama opening that door and making them believe. And I think Obama inspired America at its core to believe that they can be the best version of themselves.
Despite their Republican or Democrat
Whereas
ideals,
I think
yeah.
Trump's not doing that?
Trump's symbol was, it's okay to be the worst version of yourself. I think Trump gets up there and he's racist and he's sexist and he's homophobic and he's Islamophobic and he wins and you're like, oh, It's okay to be the worst me. He's a bully. He's all these things. It's like there. I think people are way meaner and crueler and more awful to each other in this world ever since he became president. We've become more at each other's throats. He inspires people, and then you look at like some of the worst people who are like, oh, I'm that sheriff who like was just locking people up in Arizona.
The worst.
He really
worst
is.
people definitely feel more empowered.
And I think, and that is, I think, a
Yes.
really truly horrible thing that he empowers the worst of us, whereas I think Obama empowered the best of us. And I'd like us to, and I think Kamala winning would have at least been a message. Kamala or Hillary would have been a message to women that have never seen themselves be president. And I don't think there's any reason why a woman can't.
Well, most women voted for Trump. That's just a fact.
It's sad. I think that's
It's like,
sad.
if you
I
really
think
want to
that's
win
sad.
president, why don't women start winning for each other? Like you got to support each other. That's
Support each other. It's
That's
like a
on the
bit.
woman, man.
It's like
That's
a great,
on the man.
great Bill Burr bit about the WNBA.
Yeah, yeah,
You guys
exactly.
support, like, how about you guys support the
Yeah,
WNBA?
exactly.
Why do I got to do it?
100% agreed. 100% agreed, man. Thanks so much for coming on the podcast.
Thank you guys for having me.
Appreciate
The
it.
Jew Rogaine Experience, disruptorcomedy.com.
We'll plug it in the
now.
bio, too.
November,
We'll cut that out
November,
completely.
and May. Thank
Wait,
you.
what date? What date on November?
November 11th, I believe, is when it's free on YouTube. But now disruptorcomedy.com. $7. $6.95, not even $7.
There we go.
What a
5 cents
deal!
cheaper.
What a deal!
5 cents cheaper.
What a great deal.
You can hear me actually be funny instead of just angry.
Thank you,
Thank you,
man.
man.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you, guys.
That was like 2 hours, man.
I didn't know it was a political podcast.
Hey, man. We just wanted to talk about Charlie Sheen.
Oh yeah, I don't.
It all started with Charlie Sheen.
Yeah. Well, I didn't.
We talk about Charlie, and the rest is history.
Charlie Sheen and Charlie Kirk. Oh Lord, let me see. My phone is overheating. Oh, my ass. Your phone too? Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna pee real quick. Restroom.
Yeah.
So is this a podcast studio spot, or is this where you guys?
This is my business.
It's your business.
Yeah.
You own this whole place?
Well, I'll
Rent
rent
this whole
it,
place?
but yeah, this is my spot.
What's the business?
I liquidate Home Depot products.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I get like truckloads of Home Depot stuff and then I sell that.
Oh shit, nice.
It's fun.
Did you start this business?
Yeah, I started it.
Cool.